Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and welcome to the 32nd class of G3 Hifz-ul-Qur'an course. Before we start, I would like to make an announcement that any student who is still waiting to be listened to Surah Al-Fatiha and the last 5 chapters are requested to send in their recording at G3 Hifz-ul-Qur'an at g3hifz@gmail.com, as the email is given on the screen. And if you wish to send in any other surah, you may as well do that. For the email, the subject should be Hifz recording, and your student ID should be clearly mentioned in the email. So let's start today's class. Inshallah, today we will be covering the 16th and 17th verses of Surah Al-Baqarah. So before we start, we'll go over the opening prayer. ST, could I have a student for the opening prayer, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3044 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could start with Dawaz and Tasmiyah and then recite the opening prayer, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إني أسألك علم نافعا.
Jazakallah.
I ask for your beneficial knowledge.
Could you just repeat the last 2 words again, please?
علما نافعا.
Jazakallah, mashallah, that was much better. And if you could recite the translation as well, please.
Oh Allah, I ask for beneficial knowledge. Ibn Majah, Hadith 925.
Jazakallah for coming on the mic. So let's go over the class etiquette. Make sure that all of you have done your wudu, you're wearing clean clothes with a head covering, and are sitting in a quiet place with your parents. And everybody's requested to make sure that they have their correct IDs, otherwise you won't be called on the mic. So moving on, the rule and focus today is normal and soft elongation. So we'll quickly recap over these. So we'll be focusing on huruful mad and huruful leen. Huruful mad are blank alif, waw sakin, and ya sakin. So this is normal elongation when blank alif is preceded by a maftu, letter carrying fatha, and waw sakin is preceded by a madmoom, letter carrying dhamma, and ya sakin is preceded by maksur, letter carrying kasra. In this case, the prolongation should be for 2 seconds. For soft elongation is when waw sakin and ya sakin are preceded by a maftu, letter carrying fatha. In this case, there should be a soft prolongation for 2 seconds. So let's go over a few examples. ST, could I have a student for the practice, please?
Yes, but just before that, I would like to remind everyone to please have the correct IDs, as you will not be selected if you have the incorrect IDs. But can I please request AG3091 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. So if you could recite Tawuz and Tasmiyah and then recite the first 3 words for me, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مستهزئون لا ريب
شياطينهم.
Jazakallah. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. Eshti, could I have another student, please?
Yes, can I please request AG3077 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could also recite Tawbuz and Tasmiyah and then recite the last 3 words for me, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شياطينهم وإذا خلوا وباليوم الآخر خيري.
Jazakallah. Could you repeat the last word again, please?
وباليوم الآخر.
That was much better. Jazakallah. And mashallah, you corrected yourselves in the other words. So Jazakallah for coming on the mic.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Esti, could I have one last student for the practice, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3065 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, can I please request...
Assalamu alaikum.
No.
Can you just give me a minute? Assalamu alaikum. 1 minute. 1 minute. Mummy! Can you come? I'm unmuted, but Esther keeps making too much noise. Sorry.
Okay, could you start with Tawbuz and Tasmiyah and then recite the 3 highlighted words for me, please? I don't think they can hear us. Esti, could you...
I'm just going to select another student, sorry. Can I please request AG3102 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could recite Tawbuz and Tasmiyah and then recite the 3 highlighted words for me, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا ريب. شياطينهم وإذا خلوا.
Jazakallah for coming on the mic. MashaAllah, that was really well recited. Jazakallah once again. So now let's move on to the verses for today. I will quickly play the audio for the verses. All of you are requested to listen to the audio and repeat alongside. Jazakallah.
الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون
الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون
أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين
أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين.
So I hope all of you recited alongside. Esti, could I have a student for the practice of the verses, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3092 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So if you could start with Tawbuz and then I'll move on to the verses for today.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون. أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم فما كانوا مهتدين.
Jazakallah, mashallah, that was really well recited. Just one thing I wanted to point out. When you stopped here, so then you could have carried on from far because of the sword. You are allowed to stop here, okay?
Well, the audio didn't stop.
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
That man that did the order, he didn't stop on the sword.
Yeah, but it's your choice if you do stop. And as you stopped, so you started again from bar, from Bil Huda. So you can start again from far as well, okay?
Okay.
All right, Jazakallah for coming on the mic. Ashti, could I have another student, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3090 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could also start with Tawbuz and then I'll move on to the verses for today.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون. أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين.
Jazakallah. Could you just repeat these two words again for me, please?
طغيانهم يعمهون.
Jazakallah. MashaAllah, you corrected yourself. So make sure you remember and focus on the strokes as well, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah for coming on the mic. Esti, could I have one last student for the practice, please?
Yes, can I please request temp ID 1 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. If you could start with Tawbas as well, and then I'll move on to the verses for today.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين.
Jazakallah. In just two of these spaces which I've highlighted, you prolong these words additionally, which were not needed to be prolonged. So if you could just repeat these two words again, please.
Allahu yastahzi'u.
Well done. And the next one as well, please.
Allah allazina ishtarau. Allazina ishtarau ad-dalalata.
Yeah, so it would be wad-dalalata.
Ad-dalalata.
That was much better. So make sure you remember this while you're learning these verses for Hifz, okay?
Okay.
All right, Jazakallah for coming on the mic. So now we will open the breakout rooms, and all of you are requested to join the breakout rooms, and you will be listening to Hifz in those as well. So Eshti, if I could have a student for the Hifz, please.
Can I please request NG3025 to recite Surah Al-Kafirun, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, NG3025. Okay, I think she.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah. So if you could start reciting Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please.
Oh, wait, how does it start?
قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ.
Oh, I'm still memorizing that one.
Okay. Do you know Surah Al-Ma'un?
No.
Okay. Are you familiar with Surah Al-Kawthar?
Yes.
Could you recite that for me, please?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أتيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Jazakallah. Just a few things I wanted to point out. We have a mud here and then a vertical fatha here as well. So make sure you prolong those. So if you could repeat the second verse again, please.
Okay. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر.
That was much better. So make sure you remember this while you revise this surah, okay?
Okay.
Jazakallah for coming on the mic.
Jazakallah.
Eshti, could I have another student, please?
Can I please request NG3031 to also recite Surah Al-Kafirun, if they know it?
Assalamu alaikum.
NG3031.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Could you recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please?
I don't know that one.
Okay. Do you know Surah Al-Fil?
No. I can read Surah Al-Kawthar.
Okay, do you know any other surah other than Surah Al-Kawthar?
I know Surah Al-Fatiha, Surah Nas.
Okay, could you recite Surah An-Nas for me, please, then?
Okay. Alhamdulillah.
A'udhu billah.
Sorry. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس. مالك الناس. إله الناس. من شر الوسواس الخناس. الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس.
Jazakallah, that was really well done. And make sure you learn the other surahs as well, okay? All right, Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Can I please request NG3044 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum. NG3044.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. Do you know Surah Al-Fil?
I'm still memorizing that one.
Okay, could you recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please, then?
I kind of don't know that one. Can I recite Surah Al-Lahab?
Okay. Yeah, could you start, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yeah, could you recite Surah Al-Lahab as you said?
Okay. تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد.
Jazakallah. That was really well recited, and make sure you catch up with the other surahs as well, okay?
Okay.
Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Can I please request NG3045 to recite Surah Al-Kawthar?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. So could you recite Surah Al-Kawthar for me, please?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Jazakallah. That was really well recited. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Can I please request NG3041 to recite Surah Al-Kafirun, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. Could you recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please?
Okay. What that was in Tasmiyah?
Yes, please.
Can I go in another room? It's really noisy, the traffic outside.
Yeah, could you do that quickly, please?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما عبدتم ولا أنا عابدون ما عبدتم لكم دينكم ولي دين.
Jazakallah. Overall, the recitation was good, and you confused the endings for these two verses, and then I think you missed out the next verse as well. So make sure you remember the endings for each verse, and it's always good to count the 7 verses on your fingers while you're reciting, because as you must have noticed while learning this, that there's a repetition of the same verse again. Okay, so next time, make sure you count the verses that they are total of 7. Okay, for now, if you could just recite these 2 verses again, please.
Okay. ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم.
Jazakallah. So you see that both of them have different endings. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Jazakallah for coming on the mic, and make sure you remember this for next time. Jazakallah once again. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3037 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Could you recite Surah Al-Fil for me, please?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول.
Jazakallah for coming on the mic. That was really well recited. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3036 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Do you know Surah Al-Qur'an?
Pardon?
Do you know Surah Quraysh?
No.
Okay. Have you memorized Surah Al-Fil? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Could you recite Surah Al-Kawthar for me, please, then?
How does it begin?
Inna a'tainaka.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Jazakallah. Just one thing I wanted to point out. We have a mud here, so make sure you prolong it. And if you could repeat the verse again.
إنا أعطيناك الكوثر.
MashaAllah, that was much better. So make sure you remember this for next time. Okay?
Can my sister have a go?
Yes. What's her ID?
NG3023.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Could you recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please?
What?
Could you recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please?
What's the start of it?
قل يا أيها الكافرون.
I know a little bit just.
Yes, could you recite the verses that you know, please?
قل يا
Starting with أعوذ
أعوذ
بالله.
بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا ينصر على طعام المسكين.
Okay, Jazakallah. So you, mashallah, you recited the first few verses really well. So you recited up till the third verse really well. So you've only got 4 more verses left, and one of them is repeated. Okay, so make sure you memorize this. Okay.
Yes.
Right, Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, can I please request AG3042 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, in that case, can I please request NG, sorry, one second. NG3048 to unmute, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, can I please request AG3008 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah khair. For me, please.
Sorry, ST, one second. NG3048 has unmuted, but I'm going to allow AG3008 to have a go, so I'll just going to mute them, so just to let them know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jazakallah. No problem. AG3008, could you recite Surah Al-Kafir, Surah Al-Kawthar for me, please?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Jazakallah, mashallah, that was really well recited. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could we have NG3048 back on the mic, please?
Yes, I'm just going to unmute them now. Assalamu alaikum, NG3048.
How are you? Could you come a bit closer to the mic, please? We can't hear you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Could you recite Surah Al-Kawthar for me, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك
Just one thing I wanted to point out is we have a mud here and a vertical fatha. So make sure you prolong both of them. So if you could repeat this verse again for me, please. Jazakallah. And make sure you remember this while you are revising the surah, okay?
Okay.
Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3021 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. Could you recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم ولي ولا
أنتم
ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولكم دينكم ولي دين.
Jazakallah. So you just need to revise this a few more times and you will be perfect with the surah. And just one thing, you prolong the dal here. So there's no need for prolongation here. So if you could repeat this verse again for me, please.
لا أعبد ما تعبدون.
MashaAllah, that was much better. So make sure you remember this while you're revising this surah, okay? Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3023 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I've just had to turn down.
Okay, Jazakallah for letting us know. ST, could I have another student, please?
So sorry about that. AG3024.
Assalamu alaikum.
Can I please request AG3016 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum, AG3016.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please.
I'm still memorizing that one.
Okay, could you recite Surah Al-Kawthar then, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Jazakallah. In the last verse, we have a ta here. I think you pronounced it as dal. If you could repeat the last verse again, please.
إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
That was much better. So make sure you remember this when you're revising the surah, okay? Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Can I please request NG3018 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. Could you recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please?
Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين.
MashaAllah, that was really well recited. Just in the first verse, we have a madda and a vertical fatha on ya. So make sure you prolong it for that time. So if you could repeat this verse again, please. I think they've muted themselves. ST, could I have another student in that case, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3013 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
In that case, can I please request AG3100 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Can I please request NG3019?
Assalamu alaikum. NG3019.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. Could you recite Surah Al-Kawthar for me, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
इन्ना से स्टार्ट होगी सूरह कौसर कह रहे हैं बेटा आपको इन्ना
أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Jazakallah, the pronunciation is Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Can I please request AG3001 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum. AG3001. Assalamu alaikum.
I think that's NG3013 that's unmuted right now, but I don't think they can hear us, so I'm just going to quickly mute them. Okay. But can I please request AG3074 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum. AG3074.
Can I please request NG3051?
Assalamu alaikum. NG3051.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. Could you recite Surah Al-Kawthar for me, please?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Jazakallah, mashallah, that was really well recited. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3068 unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Could you just repeat your ID for me, please?
NG3068.
Jazakallah for that. Could you recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please?
I don't think I know that yet.
Okay, do you know Surah Al-Kawthar?
Yes.
Could you recite that for me, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yeah, Surah Al-Kawthar, please. Inna.
إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك أستغفر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Jazakallah. So I think you confused the one heard with another word. So if you could repeat this verse again, please.
فصل لربك وانهر.
That was much better. So make sure you remember this while you're revising your hifz, okay?
Okay.
Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another?
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3056?
Assalamu alaikum, NG3056.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. Could you recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله
Al-Kafirun, please. قل يا أيها
قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين.
Jazakallah, that was really well recited. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student for the hifz, please?
Can I please request NG3106, please?
Assalamu alaikum, NG3106.
Can I please request AG3100?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Could you recite Surah Al-Kafirun for me, please?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين.
Jazakallah. Could you just repeat this verse again for me, please?
Okay. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبدون.
Yeah, this one, the one I've highlighted at the bottom.
ولا أنتم.
Yeah, and the next line as well.
عابدون ما أعبد.
Jazakallah for correcting yourself. I think you forgot to elongate the mud here. So make sure you remember this while you're revising the surah, okay?
Okay.
Jazakallah for coming on the mic. So we'll
Hafiz.
So now we will move over to the homework. So your homework for today is to learn verses 16 and 17 of Surah Al-Baqarah. So the ones we have gone over today. And if already you do not know the other verses, the other surahs we've gone over, so chapter 105 to 114, and verses 1 to 15 of the second chapter. So make sure if you do not know them already, you memorize them. And if you do know them, you should revise them. So just a quick recap of our today's class. So today we went over the 16th and 17th verse of chapter 2, which is Surah Al-Baqarah. And the rule in focus was a normal elongation and soft elongation. The normal elongation is when we have a blank alif preceded by a maftu, a waw sakin preceded by a madmoom, and a ya sakin preceded by a maksur. And all of these should be prolonged for 2 seconds. Soft elongation is when waw sakin and ya sakin are preceded by a maftu letter, and these should be softly prolonged for 2 seconds. So now let's end the class with the ending prayer. ST, could I have a student for the ending prayer, please?
Yes, can I please request NG3095 to unmute, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Could you start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah and then recite the ending prayer, please?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم ارحمني بالقرآن العظيم واجعله لي إماما ونورا وهدى ورحمة. Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great, and make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Jazakallah. Could you repeat these last 2 words again, please? And make sure you prolong the noon here.
Okay. وَنُورًا وَهُدًى
Jazakallah. Jazakallah, that was much better. So make sure you remember this when you're reciting the prayer again. Okay?
Okay.
Jazakallah for coming on the mic. Allah Hafiz. So Jazakallah everyone for attending the class today. Inshallah we'll see you again tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.